In this short video, I will walk you through an example of how to run the HSO Offloader function. But first, I'll highlight the key functions included in HSO. HSO, or High-Speed Offloader and Onloader from AccuWorkflow, is a bulk data mover solution for Smartsheet customers. HSO is installed locally on the customer premises and includes two functions, HSO Offloader and HSO Onloader. HSO uses a sysadmin token to obtain a list of all the users in the source Smartsheet account. Then it uses that list to generate a list of all workspaces in the account. HSO Offloader is designed to copy the selected users and workspaces from the source Smartsheet account, and then it saves those exported copies to an external file location. In the process, a configuration file is created, which contains all the offload information. Then, after one or more offloads have completed, HSO Onload can be used to import sheets to one or more user accounts in the targeted Smartsheet customer account. This can be the same Smartsheet account that the offloader used, or it can be a completely different Smartsheet customer account in the same or a different Smartsheet region. In this video, I will be demonstrating the steps to complete an HSO offload operation. When you launch HSO, it will first start up a console server window. Then it will launch a browser window and open the HSO console. The HSO console consists of three main panels. On the right-hand side is the Smartsheet panel, on the left-hand side is the File System panel, and at the bottom is the Data to be Transferred panel. While the API key and region fields are on the right-hand side, they actually apply to both offload and onload functions. Be sure to have a valid sysadmin token ready before starting the process. Now copy and paste or enter the valid sysadmin token for the source Smartsheet customer account into the API token field in the Smartsheet pane. Be sure to select the correct Smartsheet region. Click the Refresh button in the Smartsheet pane to generate or refresh the list of users. At this time, you may want to switch to the console server window, as here you can monitor the progress of downloading the user details. You should now see a list of Smartsheet users with their workspaces and showing both the workspace ID and workspace name. At this time, you can select the users and workspaces that you would like to offload or copy and save outside of Smartsheet. Next, click the Generate Configuration button in the Smartsheet pane to generate the config-offload.yaml file. As an optional step, you can navigate to the HSO/data folder on disk and copy and save this config-offload.yaml file with a different name so that you can reuse it later to offload the same configuration. At this point, you should get the green success message, and you will see the list of workspaces to offload in the Data to be Transferred pane at the bottom. You will also now see the Offload button appear at the top of the Data pane. If everything looks good, you can click the Offload button to start the offload process. Now you will see a pop-up window to validate configuration options. Here, you can select a customized config-offload.yaml file if needed, or confirm the offload file location, and you can choose to offload only sheets, only attachments, or both sheets and attachments. If everything looks good, you can click the Run Now button. At this point, it's best to switch to the HSO console server window to monitor progress. Here, you will be able to see HSO offload progress. If there are any errors, the error details will be shown in this window as well. Once all items have been offloaded, the offloader will end. Now you can switch back to the HSO console and click the Close button to close the pop-up window. The offload process is now complete, and you can locate the offloaded files in the HSO/users folder in the subfolder for the user, and then also the date subfolders and time subfolders. For example, let's take a look at the offloaded data for the user called Michael Jackson AU, and the latest date, then the latest time. Let's open an example workspace for this user. Here we can see that the folder contains the exported sheets in Excel format, together with any attachments, and also the three metadata files for sheets data, workspace data, and attachments data. Note that it is recommended to use a tool like Notepad++ or Visual Studio Code to view these files, as Excel has a tendency to convert the IDs into scientific notation. Let's open the Sheets metadata file first. Here you can see that it contains the node type, the item ID, the item name, the access level, and the parent ID. This is the file that you can use to find the name of the workspace or the sheets. Note also, in the folder, the sheets are listed by sheet ID and the attachments are listed by sheet ID, followed by attachment ID. That way, it is easy to see which attachments are associated with each sheet. Next, let's open the attachment metadata file. Here we can see that it includes fields such as file, name, attachment type, parent type, sheet ID, attachment ID, SID, AID, and user. These are all the details needed to associate each attachment with its parent sheet and more. And finally, let's open the workspace metadata file. As you can see, this file has the richest set of metadata and includes permalinks and created dates of the original sheets. Now that we have covered all the steps, let's take a look at the offload configuration file that was generated at the beginning. This YAML file is easy to read, but it has very strict formatting rules. So if you edit any of these files, be sure to adhere to the spacing, tabbing, and so on. The first section, called HSO, provides information about HSO itself. The defaults section shows the offload file path on disk. The filters section shows optional filters that can be specified for the offload process. And the users section has all the details about each user and workspace to be offloaded. If you were to delete any of the workspace rows, then that workspace will not be included in the offload process. As mentioned earlier, you can make a copy of this offloader configuration file and save it with a different name. Then you can edit it as needed and use it to run HSO from a command line window or as a scheduled task. That concludes the offloader demonstration. In the next video, we'll provide information on how to use the onloader function. Be sure to bookmark the resources on this slide for more information about HSO. Thanks for watching. Visit our website at www.acuworkflow.com for more information.